Hi, I'm Miles from Carp School, and I'm going to show you how to tie the Magi liner, created by Rob Malin, and this rig really ought to be part of every carp angler's armoury. Fantastic on places where there are no small fish or no weed. Obviously with maggots crawling around in the weed, it can tangle up and disappear into the weed, and the small nuisance fish will pest you to distraction if you use this rig where they're present. But otherwise a devastating carp catching rig. So first of all, we're going to take some plastic coated braid. You can just use regular supple braid if you like, but this is plastic coated braid, and we're just going to strip back some of the coating to expose some of the supple braid underneath, like so. Now, I'm going to cut this off to length because I'm going to tie this rig using a knotless knot. Some guys just tie a regular grinner knot onto the hook. I think it sits a lot better if you tie a knotless knot. So we're going to pass the braid up through the eye of the hook and just lay it along the back of the shank there, as if it was going to be a hair. Doesn't really matter how long that's going to be, because we're not mounting anything on a hair. You'll want a good 2 or 3 inches before the plastic coated braid. You can decide how much you want exposed. I probably want an inch, inch and a half, something like that. Tie a knotless knot, remembering to go around the back once, twice, 3, 4, 5, 6 times. Pinch that braid in between the thumb and forefinger. Take the other end of the hook link material and push that down through the eye. That just needs tidying up slightly. There we go, sharper pair of scissors would help. Pass that down through the eye and through like so. The tag end that would normally be used for a hair, we're just going to snip that off. Make sure that knot's pulled down nice and tight. So there you have the hook tied on with a knotless knot. Now this is where we take a fake maggot. These are the soft ones. I prefer the soft ones. Other guys use the hard rubbery ones, but these soft ones seem to work incredibly well. And we're going to use this maggot, one, to partially cover the hook and be the bait itself, but also we're going to use it to create a great angle where our hook link leaves the hook and helps the turning into the fish's mouth once he picks the bait up. So the way to do that, I just wet the hook, which helps it, a bit of slide, which helps it slide through the maggot a little better. And don't put it right into the end. The really important part is coming down the side of the maggot, probably to the first rib. You can see a little ridge there, and slide this on down, and you want to make sure you come right out at the point of the maggot, like so. And then we're just going to turn it around the shank of the hook. So you can see there, I'm just maneuvering it around. Now I pinch the tail of the maggot here, and then pull the thick end of this rubber maggot up and over the eye. Just work it on, don't be in too much of a hurry. And you're just going to pull that over the top of the eye of the hook, like so. You can see there how this braid is coming out at just the right kind of angle, as if you had put some shrink tube on it. And there you have the Magi liner. You can see there that that's wanting to pull round into my hand as I drag it over. Some people fish it bare like this. I'll generally put 1 or possibly 2 maggots, real live ones, over the point of the hook and round. These small microbarbs don't seem to burst the maggots if you do it carefully. So you can have 1 or 2 maggots. From there, we've got a nice exposed supple braid section here to help the turning. And then we've got the plastic coating to help prevent tangles. Generally fish with a big mesh bag of maggots. Rob Malin advocates using them sort of even 8, 9, 10 inches long. So there's a good 2 or 3 handfuls of maggots there. and that's going to create a big mass baiting area around your hook bait. The fish are therefore going to be feeding quite close and not over a big area, so they're not going to be moving their head very much, which means I like to fish this hook link, and I think you should fish the hook link really good and short, 4 or 5 inches maximum. You can either tie this straight onto the swivel or create a loop in the end using a figure of 8 or a perfection loop to join it onto some quick change links. So there you have a really effective rig, the Magi liner.